What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Omega. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the YouTube page and the name. Omega Done Rhymes Greater. Alright, so we coming at you with some dope, super crazy news. Alright, superstar and hip-hop icon Snoop Dogg has just recently acquired Death Row Records. That's right, you heard that correctly. Snoop Dogg has acquired Death Row Records, the company that carried his early career and released iconic albums like Doggy Style, with a roster that was star-studded with some of the dopest West Coast artists ever, Dr. Dre, Daz and Corrupt, Tupac Shakur, among others. He has just purchased the rights to Death Row Records. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. That's huge. He purchases this from an organization by the name of MNRK Music Group, which is owned by a private equity firm called Blackstone. So I don't know who these people are. I do recall sometime in the past when Death Row began to liquidate, there was a big auction. They were auctioning off everything from platinum plaques to Suge Knight's jeans. I remember seeing it like yesterday, big ass jeans, and they was, 45, 55, 50, all that. And I'm like, damn, they gonna sell the niggas jeans. So whoever the people are that bought it then, and they might have passed hands and etc. He bought it from some folks that I'm sure were just some money people, looking to purchase, an iconic label or just something that could make some revenue over time. But nonetheless, shout out, because the label is now in some good hands that we know and that we have loved and supported for years. Big thing to Snoop. This is the true meaning to me of coming full circle, after everything that he went through, being pigeonholed on the label by Suge Knight, not being able to make music with the Dog Pound for whatever reasons, unbeknownst to me right now. I'd have to do some research. All kind of just garbage. He comes back around, picks that label back up. Shout out, man. The kind of stuff that you love to hear about. That's one of those, inspirational stories right there. This is about roughly 18 to 20 hours ago too, by the way. So this is fresh. But as you all know, nothing good comes without adversity. Yeah. So apparently there's a young lady who has just recently aired that she was sexually assaulted by Snoop Dogg and one of his counterparts. She claims that during a working situation with them, I guess she's some kind of video hoe or whatever. I guess that she was encountering, working with a representative of Snoop Dogg's or a friend by the name of Bishop Don Magic Juan. Shout out to Bishop Don Magic Juan, by the way. If you don't know who he is, please do your research. He is one of the most notable pimps. You can find more out about him, I'm sure, online. Just Google him. But one of my favorite pieces that I've seen him involved with was Pimps Up, Hoes Down, a documentary about pimps abroad from different cities and states. So apparently she is stating that she was sexually assaulted by Bishop Don Magic Juan first. I guess they were in his home. She ended up having to stay there overnight, and she wakes up and Bishop got his dick in her mouth or on her face or some shit like that. So, and I guess she obliges. And then afterwards, Bishop then transports the girl to a location where Snoop Dogg is. Not sure what the scenario was, if this was a video shoot or if this was a meeting to hire her, who knows. But I guess she states that in that situation as well, after being transported by sexual assaulter Don Magic Juan, she goes to this house, and Snoop Dogg corners her in some room, bathroom, or etc., whatever, and pulls his dick out, makes her give him oral sex. All right. So she's done this twice in one day. She's been assaulted twice in one day. She also goes a step further and takes a picture with one or both gentlemen after the assault occurs, and she says that she done it out of fear. So what I can say about this, normally I give benefits of the doubt. I'm a fair guy. You'll learn that from me too, the more that you watch and take in my content. Oh, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share, by the way. Omega Classic Records. This is an age-old practice by thoughts. You guys call them thoughts today. We call them bitches and hoes. And you can go back to the catalog with Death Row in the early 90s. They was bitches and hoes, and this was the kind of shit that they done. It was a practice for them for the motivation of getting money out of rap superstars, athletes, movie stars, etc. And young black entertainers have long since been targets for this kind of salacious, opportunistic venture. So what we have here is a girl who held her cards close to chest, because I guess this happens 2012, 2013. We are now February 10th, 2022. The Super Bowl is coming up in 3 days. These gentlemen, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, I believe, and Mary J. Blige, and possibly more artists, have a very significant showcase at the halftime show of the Super Bowl. So she waits 3 days before Super Bowl and airs this out. And in turn, she also lets it be known that she's looking for about a $10 million settlement as well. To me, it's bullshit. You know, she's probably trash. A video hoe or vixen that didn't make it. You know, she didn't get to the Gloria Velez level. She didn't get to the Kardashian level, obviously. The Kardashians weren't really video hoes. They were just your new up-and-coming public hoes, more so, like your Paris Hiltons and etc. Talentless girls who utilize their looks and their finances from their family or historical backgrounds. She obviously didn't make headway in the game, being a video vixen or video thought or whatever you want to call her. And this is her big play. This is her big, gold rush. So gold digging ass type of bitch, obviously. In my lifetime, I have never seen or heard about a pimp raping no bitches, forcing no bitches to give them head, etc. It's always questionable when you're talking about an entertainer being involved in a situation like that, because it has a lot of money motivation factors that you have to question, you have to evaluate. I can't speak for the recent guys who have been caught up in the Me Too movement, guys like Weinstein and Kevin Spacey, and I don't really know. I think that's more like predatorial, sexual predators. That kind of have like some kind of mental issue of some sort, and they have all these victims that have all these similar stories. Bill Cosby's in there as well, so it ain't just the white boys. It's some niggas too, but usually when I see entertainers like ball players and rappers, singers, whatnot, with the exception of R. Kelly, which can be grouped over there with Weinstein and Bill Cosby and them. He's kind of more so of that cloth. But when you're talking about, somebody like Snoop Dogg, or for instance, Tupac, who was charged mid to early 90s for, what was his charge? I think it was sex abuse out of New York City. Some chick, claims that she was sodomized and she was forced to give fellatio in the club. Normally when you see those kind of accusations, it usually is an opportunistic um, situation for the victim. They're trying to you know, get themselves positioned economically, get some money out of these people that are well to do, dudes that, you know, they know have millions of dollars and are superstars. Um, you can put Mike Tyson in this category as well. You know, these are guys who have, you know, hundreds of women throwing themselves at them wherever they go. Uh, if they, worst case scenario, needed pussy bad enough, they could buy it and they can afford it from some of the baddest motherfuckers, you know, and it just doesn't add up. You got yourself another hoe trying to get paid, you know, off the blood, sweat, and tears. Somebody who has done well for themselves in entertainment. So it sucks that this information is aired right at one of the biggest situations for West Coast music, as well as Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. You know, these guys, I don't think, have done a halftime show for Super Bowl. At least, I don't believe Snoop has. I can't say for anybody else on the roster because I'm not sure. I'd have to do my research. But nevertheless, this is a huge moment for West Coast music. You got Eminem even doing a pop-up stand with his mom's spaghetti shop that he just opened. And it's the perfect time and format to sabotage it, you know? And who better than some slut coming out the darkness to sabotage this situation with a situation that dates back 9-10 years ago, because this is 2022. This was 2013. So yeah, like 9-10 years ago. So bitch, you need to get yourself a life. You need to get yourself together, get yourself a job, figure out a way to survive without getting over on others. I'm going to go ahead and lay my opinion on the table about it. If I'm wrong, then I'll be wrong. And I may come back and correct how I feel about it. But at the end of the day, whoever is in the room are the ones that know what happened. And none of us know. But what we do know is that this is a common practice. Kind of like a pickpocket out of New York City. They get you on the subway train and then bump into you and take your wallet and shit. This is one of them kind of situations that has just been revolving historically, especially with rappers. You know what I mean? So this isn't a situation with some guy being some kind of sexual deviant or sexual predator. There's no long list of women, you know, knocking at the doors of TMZ or wherever to complain about Snoop Dogg and his behaviors in public and how they were ostracized or how they were cornered or made to, you know, suck dick and all that. You know, you don't have that with this man. This man has been an upstanding man. I've researched him for years. I watched his entire journey, and I've studied it since I was a kid. You know, so I'm going to put my cards on the table and say it's bullshit. And it's sad that it has to happen at one of the most important times in hip-hop music and for his career. But nonetheless, Snoop, if you get your hands on this video, put on a damn good show. Myself, I'll be watching. And I know millions of people all across the country, all over the world, will be watching. You got Super Bowl commercials hitting an all-time high in production cost. You know, $7 million. It used to be like $1 million or $2 million. This year it's $7 million for 30 seconds. Okay, this is big time. It always was, but really big time now. Everything's inflated now, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what we're going through in this post Rover, Rover 19 effort. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, do your thing, Snoop. Kill it. Put on a great show. Shout out to the whole Aftermath family and Mary J. Blige. Shout out to, I'm hearing Jay-Z, shout out to him too, if I'm correct, for being the catalyst for this situation and putting it all together. That's something dope. Greatly appreciate him as always. And yeah, man, just keep your head up and fuck that bullshit and fuck that bitch. Hopefully this shit will get thrown out. Don't settle out of court. Don't give her a dime. You know what I'm saying? Period. Period. Because I'm sure that this is just another crafty, manipulative, salacious situation put together to seek and destroy the reputation of one of hip hop's great MCs and just overall great citizen to the West Coast and the country and world abroad. I've learned a lot from him, and so have others. All right. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the name of the page. And stay tuned. We got a lot coming with our new show, Crossfaded. You'll also be hearing us talk about music business knowledge on that show, music business news, other businesses, as I am a business owner of multiple businesses, successful businesses. And we'll also be having guests. We'll also be having a little bit of food as well, and drinks and spirits and good shit. So stay tuned. Omega Classic Records. Follow me on Instagram at Omega Legacy, and also at Omega Man 74. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And check out that Super Bowl. Check out that halftime show. This is going down. We talking about old schools scraping the ground. We talking about West Coast heat. We talking about some of that shit. You know what I mean? So, peace out. Much love. Holla at your boy. I'm out.